So a descend via clearance is going to require you to follow both the lateral and the vertical requirements for a procedure. Not every star is going to have vertical restrictions published along it, so not every star can be cleared as a descend via. But as you start to look at procedures, especially ones that are being used with larger and faster aircraft, you'll often find procedures that are set up for a descend via clearance. Okay, so let's go back to the Willie 7 here. This is a procedure that can be flown laterally only, as well as laterally and vertically. And let's just start at the Willie base fix here, not using a transition. You could see as we zoom in that we have an altitude restriction over Willie. It's a block altitude between 12,000 and 14,000 feet MSL. Then we have an altitude restriction at Bitter, at or below 12,000 feet MSL. The next one here is at Basto, at or below 8,000 feet MSL. At Luke, at or above 6,000 feet MSL. X-Wing, at 4,000 feet MSL. And then Bezo at 4,000 feet MSL. So you can see that we transition from a block altitude to at or below altitudes, to at or above altitudes, to mandatory altitudes. And the reason we're doing that is because they're structuring the star so that departures can exit the airspace, either passing below or above the star route. And that way you can have a departure procedure or a SID and an arrival procedure or a star, both occupying some parts of the same airspace. And the aircraft, if they're cleared to descend via and climb via, get automatic clearance. So on a star, when ATC wants you to follow the altitude restrictions, they'll instruct you to descend via the star. Or you might hear descend via the arrival or descend via the Willie 7. But the key is you're told to descend via. When we're descending along an arrival, the descent is essentially at our discretion. We can choose our own rate. We can choose to level out at any point if we need to. We just need to make sure that we meet each one of the crossing restrictions and each one of the speed restrictions as well.